All right, there's a new Nintendo console coming out, like an entire new console. I should probably get back to making videos. Well, hey guys, it seems that myself and Nintendo are looking to return full force here because we are less than 2 weeks away from the Switch 2 Direct. We've seen the console already and know what to expect in terms of hardware upgrades, new Joy-Con features, and even some upcoming games. But Nintendo will be giving us a full course meal in April, and really showing us what this next era is going to be about. And more than likely a release date, which many speculate is going to be much sooner than later, as they look to get the console up and running for the summer and holiday season. And at the rumored price point of $400, it seems Nintendo will be offering the full-fledged version of the Switch 2 at the same cost of its digital edition rivals. Although some say it could be more, but still predict the biggest console launch in gaming history despite that. Me personally, I think $400 is the perfect price point. They could do a launch title bundle that costs more as well, but I think anything above $450 for just the console is starting to push it. However, the cost of consoles these days is steep, and really hardware only justifies your purchase so much. What truly becomes the benchmark of your investment is how much usage you get out of your system, and that comes down to the library of games. And if you guys haven't heard it before, well,
Nintendo Switch has games. Lots of games.
where the fuck are the console exclusives in this generation? There used to be a genuine choice that gamers had to make when picking a console that really boiled down to the exclusives. Wanted Kingdom Hearts? You got a PlayStation. Wanted Halo? You got an Xbox. Final Fantasy X? PlayStation. Gears of War? Xbox. And I could go on for hours and hours comparing the exclusives that each console had. This goes back to Nintendo and Sega in the 90s. Nowadays, you look at the most anticipated games of the last few years, Elden Ring, GTA 6, Baldur's Gate 3, these are all cross-platform games that are also available on PC. And yes, Nintendo doesn't have the capability of running these games on their hardware. And even though I prefer Nintendo, I still have a blast playing games of this scale in full 4K on my PC. Who doesn't? It's a type of experience that you really have to invest in, but most times it feels justified. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth is just a game I would never be able to play on my Switch. But there's no desire for me to buy an entire PS5 when most of the games are just going to the PC I already have. Sure, you have the Game of the Year winner in Astro Bot being an exclusive, but does that warrant me spending another $400 plus the cost of the game to play it? For me, no, it does not. And Xbox has exclusives like Starfield, but do I want to buy an entire console for a few extra games? No, not really. Which leads to my main point. The Switch 2's price will be more than justified, because Nintendo does one thing better than anyone else and always will. Make a fucking myriad of banger exclusives. Mario, Pokemon, Zelda, Smash, Splatoon, Metroid, Kirby, Animal Crossing. This is just scratching the surface of the IPs that Nintendo has. Plus, we already know some exclusives that are on the way, like new Mario Kart, Pokemon Legends ZA, and Metroid Prime 4. I would not be surprised if the Switch 2 has more exclusives in its first couple years than the PS5 and Xbox Series X combined in their entire lifespans. And I know Nintendo games aren't for everyone because they think they're for babies or they want 4K 120 FPS gaming, and that's completely valid and I respect your tastes. But if you understand game design on even the most basic level, then you'll recognize that Nintendo has been and always will be at the very pinnacle of game developers. And that's why I think Nintendo is set to break every single sales record with the Switch 2. Because with the exclusive gaming space more barren than ever, and gaming becoming one of the most expensive hobbies there is, Nintendo will be offering a console with more respectable hardware at a decent price, with an unmatched library of games that kids and adults love equally, and they have all the chance in the world to absolutely dominate this era of gaming with the tried and true formula they've implemented for decades. So, let me know what you guys think of the Switch 2 in this modern console era. Do you also think it will be as successful as I do, or do you think they'll find a way to fumble? As always, thanks for watching. I'm going hard as we enter this new era, and I just want to say thank you for the continued years of support on my now 10-year-old channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day. Deuces! Yeah, I'll admit, it's funny to think about how 7 Rebirth would actually melt a Switch in your hands, but hey, I don't care. I have Kirby in the Forgotten Land. Now that's that peak shit.